with their loved ones.
So Adam Pellick's going to be the first shooter. And a little backhand from Pellick.
Just a quick reminder.
Next up, Sebastian Aho. And he popped it wide, so first save starts at Zach Werenski of Columbus. Stopped by Campbell.
So there's what Kevin was talking about. Campbell gives up the first one. Vasilevsky shuts the door. Now you got to get a collective streak going.
33-goal score. Cheeky from Chris Kreider. Everything's going in this year.
Oh, man, it's that kind of year, isn't it?
And that's something Kreider would probably never do on a real breakaway.
That's one you don't want to be embarrassed on, eh, Kev?
That's right. Look at how much Vasilevsky challenges. No other goalie does it like him.
Tom Wilson stopped by Vasilevsky, so now they'll try and get that streak going. Jake Gensel's a sniper, and he scores again.
And the speed coming in is a tough read for the goaltenders. Guys aren't coming like they normally would be. A lot of change of pace, and there's what I meant with Vasilevsky. Those long legs, and stayed with that one, able to get a piece of it.
So Claude Giroux, there's a stop. So the captain Giroux is stopped, so they continue on here and a chance to get a streak going. Pellick lost control, so it's 3 in a row now.
Jack Hughes was just asking advice from Joe Pavelski's son, so we'll see if he has something this next attempt.
So their longest streak is standing at 4, and see if Vasilevsky can keep it going.
Up to 5 now. In the solo competition in 2020, Jordan Binnington won. Here's Kreider pulling off another trick shot, but that one stopped.
That's going to be the later one, the trick shots, but
Kreider's having a good time here, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Kuznetsov tried to flip that over top, but that didn't work. I was going to say Binnington won with 10 straight saves in 2020, and now they've got it going.
Tom Wilson getting booed here right now by the fans. Obviously, they remember that rivalry with Ryan Reeves.
A little too casual here the last few times. It looks like the goalies are getting hot and settled themselves in.
Yeah, that one does stick through, so 9 will be the total in the save streak for the Atlantic Division goaltenders, Jack Campbell and Andrei Vasilevsky.
Next up is Jack squaring off against the Atlantic Division, your Metropolitan Division goalies.
Yeah, here's that play. As you said, Kevin, that's one that, man, you in a key part of the game on a penalty shot or a shootout, that's a tough one to try to pull off.
Well, that's why this event is so hard for the goalies, because you're not getting high percentage opportunities. You're getting guys that want to have fun, maybe try a trick shot, entertain the crowd, and how do you really read that as a goalie?
Nowhere near the usual timing coming in and trying to read. All smiles across, though. There's your 3 Tampa Bay Lightning. Yet another year where they have 3 members of their team representing at the All-Star.
Yeah, the 3 pillars on, or 3 of them. There's a lot of pillars on that Lightning team.
I'm sure Vasilevsky wouldn't be laughing if that was a real goal and Kreider had put that one in. How about the year for Frederik Andersen? Man, what first year in Carolina has just been dynamite, lights out, and here's a tandem with Tristan Jarry from the Pittsburgh Penguins and Frederik Andersen from Carolina.
Well, the Marchessault family poses for the pictures that will be kept forever. Well, there's the leading scorer to start things off for the Atlantic against Tristan Jarry, who was a replacement in another All-Star game, said this is more special being named. And they get started with a stop. Dylan Larkin beats Anderson.
Kevin, that seems to be the thing. The backhand sort of casually try to go 5-0. I've seen about 5 guys try it.
And Nick Suzuki looks slick.
That embarrasses the goalie when it goes in, guys. Goalies don't like that move, and it's such a high percentage one as well.
Now you wonder at what point do the goalies just stay out? Not a lot of speed, and oh man, there's that quick release by Stamkos right over the blocker.
Vintage Stamkos. Rasmus Dahlin's stopped by Anderson, tied for second in the NHL and wins with 24. Kachuk misses the target, so 2 in a row. Patrice Bergeron goes to the backhand, and ends that little streak. And Austin Matthews, if he scores, it's done. But Jari stops it, so the goaltenders stay in. Now they reverse order. Huberdeau stopped by Anderson.
That was almost a little gift save there. As short little shot, but that one ends it. So
yeah, Larkin ends it.
A difficult time for Anderson and Jari. Just 2 was their best save streak.
So the Atlantic shooters help out the Atlantic goaltenders.
Absolutely. Do they ever?
And here's the guy we saw last year in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Slick again, Nick Suzuki, a Vegas Golden Knight draft choice.
And then isn't it great to see Steven Stamkos having a healthy year, 52 points on the year. He's been looking like the old Stamkos, and Bergeron just calmly there gets that. A lot of forehand, backhand, you'll see.
You see Suzuki's goal that you just showed there. What's that, Simmer? Is that the Datsu?
Yeah, it totally. Just frees you in a little flip. It makes the goaltender, as you mentioned, a little embarrassed there, but he freezes him and just puts it up and over.
Well, there's Cam Talbot. Another good year for the Minnesota Wild with 18 wins. Cam led the NHL in wins back with Edmonton with 42.
Oh, great to see him back and competing. Got his 30th win this year with the Wild in just 49 games. That's second best in franchise history to Devin Dubnyk, who did it in 42. At the other end, UC Saros is one of the real stories.
Is he ever?
Great goaltender, not huge in stature, just 5'11", but man, is he ever hang in there, and he's having a fantastic year.
In the Vesna conversation at the midway point, Jordan Everly to start things off. And a save registered by Talbot. Adrian Kempe against Saros, and that puck bounced on Kempe a bit, so out of the gate with 2 straight stops.
Well, you can see with both of these, you know, they're having a chance to watch the other goaltenders. They don't look like they're coming out as much. They're just staying, not trying to overreact, as guys are getting cute with all these little nifty plays, and not much movement from these 2 goaltenders, just standing their ground. And 5 saves later, they look good.
Zegras actually tried to flip that puck up on his stick, but it didn't quite catch. So look for him to be even a little bit more creative with his next one.
Mark Stone, the hometown favorite, stopped by Talbot after the goal by Draisaitl to stop the streak at 5. And now on the backhand, Pietrangelo is stopped. Jonathan Marchessault will be the night shooter. And he scores, so it's done. Well, they're going to let Meyer continue.
I think the streak was done, but the 5 to begin was a great start, and then the shooter's able to shut the door. And Connor McDavid, although he is the captain, isn't going to go, but why not give him a try anyways?
They have an extra man on the Pacific team, which is why Marchessault, the addition, I think they're
telling Connor that he can't go. So,
I think they probably could have fit him in the top 9 if they tried.
Right.
That would have been an idea. Cam Talbot's not going to complain about that. Troy Terry, one of the most dangerous scorers this year, couldn't fool Cam Talbot.
And there's what Kevin was saying there. He was thinking about it, wasn't he, Kev?
He tried to do the flip move up that you saw him score in Montreal last week, and it just didn't quite catch. He did it one-handed in warm-up pretty easily, so surprising he didn't execute that one. You and I could have, Simmer.
Yeah. It was interesting to listen to Alex Pietrangelo talk about Marchessault getting an opportunity here, and he and Stone, and the uniqueness of being in your home building and being a part of an all-star game with your head coach as well.
Well, what do you want to hear from him right now, how it actually feels?
Sure.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be at the All-Star game in your home town?
It feels great. Obviously, a lot of fans and a lot of people know me.
Who do you have here for kids? Which ones are yours?
Pardon?
Which one? Kids here. Which one are yours?
That's my number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 in the stands.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
So the Atlantic Division goaltenders have the lead. I go back to '98 with this when it was a single competition, and Dominic Hasek put on a show in the All-Star game, and it was significant because a month later they went to the Olympics, and you know what kind of show he put on there.
He was pretty good at that, wasn't he?
Recent winners, Marc-Andre Fleury with Vegas in 2018, but again, team competition tonight, and here are the Centrals shooting on Thatcher Demko and John Gibson. Clayton Keller able to off the bar, so
pipe and out.
rolling. Alex DeBrincat, he'll score to snap that modest streak. Well, we've talked about how good a year it's been for Kadri, but Gibson has that answer. This guy's not bad either, but can't beat Demko.
Again, Kevin, don't you think it's more difficult for the goaltenders because guys kind of aren't trying and coming in slow, and it's hard to get a read of what the guy's going to do to you?
You really have no idea. Like that move right there. That's let the puck go, the old Kucherov. But both these goalies look pretty dialed in right now, actually.
I think Jordan Kyrie's having a pretty good night, huh?
Oh, yeah, he's having
Okay,
some fun
they need
too.
a stop here. Pavelski, and they get it to stay alive. Sniper is Kyle Connor, but it's a 3-save streak. They need 9, and they won't get it.
Little shout out to Thatcher Demko. I obviously live in California, and he's the first California-based goaltender to play in the All-Star game. So he's trailblazing right now for a lot of kids that are playing hockey in my neck of the woods. He's doing a great job of it.
And Kevin, you know all the pressure that came with taking over the reins in Vancouver and having the playoff rounds that he did, and it's good to see him off to another good season.
Demko with that amazing December, just as Bruce Boudreau took over with the Canucks. 7-game win streak. How about Jordan Kyrou? And back to Kevin.
Well, Thatcher, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fun is that?
Yeah, I mean, you're just not too sure what guys are going to come up with. It's fun. I'm sure they'd like to try these in the game sometime, but you know, now's the time to try some stuff out and see what works.
Trying to entertain the fans, right? Sell the game. That's what we're saying. Like, you're prepared for a guy to do a real move, and then they come in and they flick the puck last minute. Like, how do you read that?
You don't. You just put a smile on your face and hope you get a piece of it. Kelzer had a nice little backhand flip over the blocker, which was cheeky, you know.
I just mentioned first California-based goalie to make the All-Star game. Great job. You're trailblazing for a lot of kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor. It's something that you know, every kid dreams about being a part of, and you know, hopefully kids in California motivates them and inspires them, and hopefully we see some more kids coming up from there.
Great job.
So the winner of the save streak, Jack Campbell, along with his Atlantic Division partner, Andrei Vasilevsky, as they registered 9 consecutive stops on a night where usually it's the scorers who take center stage.